My name is David from Idowu Culture and Wears. Today we are going to be sewing female pants, that is female trouser with pockets. Please like and subscribe to our channel in order to be notified as soon as we upload new videos. Thank you. And this is the measurement we are going to be using. Our waist is 32 inches. Our hip here is 37 inches. Our crotch, that is the depth of our crotch from here to here, is 10 inches. Our lap is 24 inches. Then our trouser length is 40 inches. Our trouser mouth is 11 inches. Now, since our lap is 24 inches, therefore we are using the lap to fold. We divide 24 by 2, we have 12 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance, that is 13 inches. Instead of folding 13 inches, I'm folding 14 inches out. I folded the cloth with 14 inches. Then at the top you see some line. The first line is the hip line. Now I'm using band of 2 inches. I'm leaving the band out, band space out. Then this is 9 inches for the hip. Then this is my crotch line. You can measure your own crotch and see what it gives you. I'm using crotch of 11 inches here. Now these are knee line, which is 19 inches. Then this our length, 40 inches length. Then we are adding 2 inches folding allowance at the bottom. On the knee, on the waistline, I'm measuring 1 inches in. I'm taking it in by 1 inches. Then I'm coming back to the knee line. I'm taking it by 1.5 inches this way. Then on the bottom, there is the trouser line. I'm taking it by 2.5 to 3. You can use either 2.5 to 3 inches, but I'm using 2.5 inches. The same thing here. The purpose of this is just to give it a shape. From this 1 inches, I'm connecting it to my hip this way. Then from the hip, I'm connecting it to this one, the mark on the knee area. Then from here, I'm connecting it to the down this way, which already has given us the shape of the hip this way. On the waistline, since our waist is 32 inches, if we divide 32 by 4, we have 8 inches, which is here. Then we are adding 1.5 sewing allowance for the waistline. Then on the hip line, our hip is 37 divided by 4, we have 9.25. 9.25 approximately 9.5. This, let's use 9.5 instead of 9.25. Then plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Then on the knee, on the crotch line, our lap is 12 inches. That is 24 inches divided by 2. We have 12 inches, which we have it here. Now we are adding 1 inch sewing allowance. Then on the knee line, we can take the same measurement we have for our hip area. Here we use 10.5 with our sewing allowance and transfer it to the knee area. Then on the ground here, our trouser mouth is 11 inches. Then we are adding 1 inch sewing allowance also. The same thing here. We are adding 1 inch sewing allowance. What we are doing next now is that we are connecting these 2 points. That is the waist to the hip measurement. Then from this our lap measurement, we are connecting it to the hip measurement too. This way, we are covering it this way. Then from here, we are connecting it to our knee round measurement this way. Then from there, we are connecting to the down. And this is what we have. I try as much as possible to reduce using tools because of the people that may not have access to the tools. I want to carry everybody along. Then we are shaping this one out, which we now use to shape the second leg. Now we shape out the front. We want to use it to shape out the back. If you notice, I leave 1 inch allowance at the top here. And what I want to do with it is that because of the hip at the back, it makes the crotch from the front to be a little bit lower than the back. Now, from the front here, these are normal cutting. I'm taking it by 1 inch, which I will shape it out this way. This is for the front. Then for the back, I'm adding additional 1 inch. Then automatically the back will be higher than the front with 2 inches. Because what I'm taking out from the back, from the front, I'm adding it to the back. Then in the crotch line, I'm adding 1.5 inches extra allowance, sewing allowance. Then at the bottom here, I'm adding 1 inch sewing allowance. This 1 inches, this 1.5. This one you can make it half inches. From here now, I want to connect this one back this way to the 0 point, just this way. Then from here, I suppose to make it straight to the down this way. Then for the back here, I will leave this 1 inches. You know, when we are cutting the front, we take it in by 1 inches. But for the back, I will not take it in. It will still remain. Let me first shape it out this way. This is for the back. And the front, I'm removing the 1 inches. Then this back, I'm leaving this 1 inches. It will serve as our dart. And what we do is that once we shape it out finished, we fold it into 2 and knot the center. That is where our dart will be. We measure it down by 4.5 inches, 4 to 4.5 inches below. That is where we have our dart. It will still come back. Once we remove that 1 inch, it will still come back to this inside again. For here now, I'm cutting it this way. Then I will shape it out. The next thing we are doing here is that we are cutting the pocket out. To get the pocket from the top here, you can measure like 2 inches. If it's men cloth, you fold it this way, but the women, you need to cut it out. We can measure 2 inches inside. Then here, we measure like 7 inches down, which is still for our hip. Then from this point, you connect to this. You can use straight line, but for the women, let's make it a little bit curved this way, and we are cutting it out. Then we use this shape to cut the main pocket cover. This is the pocket mount. For the pocket, I shape out the length. I made the length 13 inches. Then the breadth, I fold it 6 inches. This is 6 inches by 13 inches. Because out of this, we are cutting 7 inches for the pocket mount. We have only about 5.6, approximately 6 inches to play with. That will be the depth of the pocket. You can decide to make your own longer if you want. But this now, I will use this to shape out the pocket mount. Because we've already have the shape here. Now, I will shape the main pocket also the same way. I open it out before I begin shaping. Or you can decide to sew first, then shape it out. Then we finish, remember the band. For our band, you remember we left 2 inches at the top for the band. Because of that one now, I'm cutting the wideness of 5 inches So that if I sew half inches this way, half inches this way, I still have the 4 inches folded into 2, that is 2 inches. Then the length, since our waist is 32, I cut 35 out for the band, 35 by 5 inches. Then I will use either paper gum or ST to gum it to the band. Then what next is to couple with. Now what next for us now is to couple them together. Then we've completed the cutting. This is our pocket. We first sew to this side. When we sew, we open it, then we match down, then we couple together. This is the band. Congratulations, we just finished cutting our pants, our female pants with pocket. Okay.